There he is, the man of the hour. His
All
name
right.
is Jacob Nordine. You are at
Woohoo!
the Glass Academy. And today is Sunday. Because Sunday is the day we do the
Experimental show.
ba-ba.
And we are, look at the sun.
I know, I was just going to say, what if Sunday it's cloudy and we're like in a bunch of sun right now? This is pre-taped. Why is it pre-taped? Because we've got things going on and we can't be here Sunday morning when it's revealed. So we get to jump on it by pre-taping it. There's the color I'm going in. And coming up this May in this hot shop, we're going to be doing some live demos. We're going to open up again. And we're going to show you one of the products that we're making for our new garden line 2022. While Jacob's is mighty attached.
Treachery around here. Yeah, we've definitely got a really cool product coming up. We've had a week or so of prototyping it. We think we got it figured out pretty well. We're going to show you guys what it's all about today. They're going to be available for the Mother's Day weekend. Same as the pocket vases that we showed off on Tuesday's number 160 Gathering Point show.
Yeah, so these are two new products. If you haven't been to the Glass Academy before and you live in the area, now's your time to jump in and come check us out. This is your excuse. Classes are almost sold out. In fact, by Sunday, if you haven't got your ticket for Mother's Day, you want to jump on that.
That's right.
All right, here's a hint of what's going on while Jake's getting ready.
The gloves are out.
These gloves, using this tool, along with one of these, and the hot glass that Jake is gathering now.
So I will say in prototyping the style of these, we've got 80% of it figured out. We did the recycle run, we did some in clear, we have some made in color already. So now we're at the what design color process point of this. There's still a couple things to finagle process-wise, which you'll see. It's a little hard to keep the shape 100% intact. I'll point that out when we do it and not get too crazy. And then it's also a little bit difficult to have the timing perfect to finish these pieces. So you'll see both those now. Michelle's doing these for the first time. She's watched a few of us do them at this point, but now she's involved in the actual making, not just the designing part of it.
And unlike Glassball on Tuesday's show, I think I can handle this. I think I will make something amazing and it will be wonderful and it will not be Glassball. So there.
Holy.
Tonight, Jake's making a mess.
See that catch?
You are so talented. No, you told me not to jerk the camera.
That was crazy.
So if I would have jerked the camera, everyone would have a headache now.
That was intense.
So dipping into the furnace, he has gathered some glass.
A big old sloppy gather.
Because it doesn't matter for these pieces. These are going to go in the yard. Yes, they are garden art. There are some fine artists who scoff at that idea, but personally, I'd love to put something beautiful in my yard. So scoff all you want.
Scoff away.
I
Not
like
Biscoff.
gardening. I mean, what good is a $20,000 glass sculpture sitting on a pedestal in your house? I want it outside where birds are enjoying it, sunlight's going through it. Just like the sunlight's rolling through here.
I'm doing a really cool color pattern on this one. It's gonna have multiple blues. A big white base, a core of white, and then I'm gonna have 3 different style of blues in here, and we're gonna do a little pattern that many of you have known about before. It's called the Van Gogh.
Van Gogh, that's what we drive away when we go on vacation. We take our van and we go.
That's right, a Van Gogh.
Do you think Van Gogh is like rolling his eyes at us?
Probably.
Going, stop making fun of my name.
Probably.
But this was based on Starry Night. It was a pattern I developed at the days when I worked at the Henry Ford Museum making paperweights. I had to demonstrate for the public when the glass blowers went on lunch. Was the only time I could play. And so I was bored and I didn't like their style, so I came up with this idea of the Van Gogh color pattern. We now do it on our pumpkins, we do it on our drinkware, and soon to be gardenware.
Oh yeah.
I called these Color Splash, but we might come up with another name for them.
I think so. These are going to be really cool. This is where we're still toying with the color pattern, finding out what is the perfect balance of efficiency to color pattern and beauty, color use, affordability, brightness in your garden. And I've done a couple with the Van Gogh, and I know they look incredible.
Sometimes when we say garden work, artists tend to pull out greens and then they don't show up in your garden. So we got the bright colors going today. Of course, they don't look that way right now because they're not hot. I mean, they're hot, they're not cooled off.
Oh, they're hot. Look at all that action. And I'm not gonna smooth it in either. Let's take it to the sunlight.
Sometimes the sunlight, that doesn't work so well. It just is like too bright. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Well,
better not in the sunlight.
Whatever you say.
When you guys come here, we'll show you in the sunlight.
So now I'm gonna gather over this, get a bunch of clear on top, and then I'm going to shape it into our piece of garden art.
Why garden art?
3 different blues and a bunch of white.
So this part is cool. We traditionally don't work this thick. This is gonna be,
This is a tank yanker.
Yeah, he's gonna dip into the clear tank and take a bunch of glass on it. This will be a solid piece. It's gonna have these really cool optics to it.
It's a lot of glass. And I'm on the broken pipe, of course, so hopefully we make it through this piece.
So if it falls on the ground, we all know why?
That's right. Wasn't my error.
Oh, yeah. So we need to set this pipe aside later. We talked about this yesterday. Every once in a while, the pipe heads come off the pipe. That's about the bottom 6 inches. It's a different type of metal that's attached to the steel rod, and they wear out. Just like your car gets rusty and falls apart one day, glass blowpipes do not last forever either.
So there's a certain level of smoothness and of wateriness, and there's a certain level of symmetry that you want in these pieces, and that's what we're still working on figuring out the best way to set these up so that they fall out elegantly.
Right, so there is, you guys are doing these by hand, but there are some metal molds that we can use. And I might actually use one of those metal molds. Have you tried them?
I have not.
Oh.
Chris has. There's a big pancake. That's the kind of pancakes when if someone puts one on my plate that's any smaller than that in the morning, they're no good. They gotta be thick like that, fluffy and dense.
Chocolate chip, butter, and real maple syrup. Because real maple syrup is the way to go.
So we got the Van Gogh color going on. Here's where I'm turning really slow, not letting the glass squish out too much. Sizzling my forearm real good because this is a big old glob of glass and it's hot.
What is that tool called that you were just using?
This is called the Taglia.
Kind of like a giant spatula. So it looks like the glass is really on the edge of the pipe there. How will you get it off the pipe?
The force of nature.
Is that kind of like law of attraction or law of gravity? Just like
It's the law of gravity.
natural laws?
This is where it all comes together. If that setup was a little off center, too much off center, it would totally go out into a long one big band over to one side. And I got to turn real slow right now and let the heat build up.
Do you need a door? You're good.
I think I'm all right.
So if you've ever worked in a pizzeria or watched a movie where they spin a pizza out, this is kind of the same idea. Centrifugal force is going to pull on that glass. So as the glass is heating up, if Jake spins the pipe too fast, it just wants to spin out like a pizza. So he's doing this delicate dance with it right now to have it start to flare out, but not so much that it's crazy. This is really a different style of working glass than we normally do.
I'd say.
So the part that attaches to the yard is going to come up next. So I'm going to assist him with that in just a second. Sam's going to take over the camera and she'll walk you through the process while I do the next steps.
So there's
what colors? You said blues?
blue Van Gogh action, and there's a lot of cool color stuff going on in here.
You know, another thing I really liked about these that I talked about before is I like how they're cupped, because in the rain or the snow over winter,
Oh
it
yeah.
will puddle in there, which like a bird could land on this. It's solid enough a bird could be on it.
Oh, it's solid. Let me get the stamp on the side now. I still got some core heat. As this cools down, I'll show you guys the color.
So you don't need a bit, you're doing it right on it.
Yes.
Do you need me to do it or you got it?
I got it. Boom. Stamp is in there. Color's looking amazing. Check that out. Look at the watery edge. It's so grainy.
And the cool thing about these is the way that we put the
stamp.
attachment on there, you can decide what height you want it in your yard.
Totally.
All right.
That turned out cool.
Jason's gonna have fun on his own.
They're super fun to make. I'm loving this darker blue ridge up on the top here. The other side's totally lighter. And the beauty of these is they're all gonna be one of a kind. There's no way to replicate these at all.
Well, we could replicate the color pattern, but not the...
Well, we can just replicate the colors. It's gonna be really hard to replicate the pattern.
I mean, that's what I meant, I'm sorry.
All right, so here we go. You'll be on that side. That should be good on the heat.
I'm gonna do over here so Sam can film.
Okay, 1 sec now.
This is our
I'm gonna gather right on top of the moil there, so I got fresh glass.
This is our system that we came up,
That we came up.
that you came up with, that someone came up with.
Somebody did.
This is our attachment.
Squishes that in there. Okay, you can take it off. Beautiful. That's it right there. Wiggle her out.
Bada bing.
Thank you. Look at that. Look at those colors coming out. Look how clean that went on there. Super watery and tasty. That edge looking really good.
Which nail are we going?
And it's thick. We're going to number 4 over yonder. So then to put it away,
Oh,
right back in
look
here.
at that! What?
Wait a minute.
Wow, very cool. Hey now, it's been out of the annealer for, go put that thing away.
Well, that's how it would be sitting in your garden, folks. Oh yeah, thanks for filming, Sam. That was pretty cool. The blues looked amazing. The Van Gogh pattern swirls up color all over the place. And I think Michelle's gonna try a different color pattern and see kind of what else we can work with a little bit. But that was good. That was nice.
All right, so I
Thank
will
you.
say this.
What will you say?
How we price our pieces, not only is it based on the skill of the glass blower, it's based on the fuel that's needed for this furnace, the cost of the material, the cost of the colors. So maybe the skill level takes 20 minutes to make a piece, but you've got it cooling overnight, the glass that's always heated, the overhead of the building.
Oh yeah. Folks know the cost for glass. We got, here's our flags of our countries that watch us blowing glass, are streaming online. definitely spoke multiple times to folks about how that goes down. And in watching the shows, that's the beauty of these shows, that people get an opportunity to see from the inside the creative process, what it takes to make these pieces, where the color comes from, all that goodness. So in designing these new products, that's part of it. Picking out a name, picking out the price, picking out what
sunny day.
and who's going to be making it.
Can I get my vitamin D?
Can't even really see you. You look like some kind of like angel or something. That is serious. If it's not already hot enough in a glass shop, a little bit of sun like this really makes a huge difference. She's going into the optic mold, folks. Look at this. Right into the straight rib mold. I think if I know what's going on, look at this. She's going into the color. So that color, although it looks like it's going everywhere, it's picking up the most in the valley of that, there it is, of that beautiful setup. So now when she goes to twist it up, there's gonna be white ribs and there's gonna be purple ribs as well. Really beautiful optic pattern. Look at the lighting in here today. It is looking beautiful. Windows hanging, skylights blazing. Beautiful pressurized air hose dangling from the ceiling. And here goes the twist. It's a lot of glass to be twisted up. She's got it under control.
Do I?
She grabs the ball in the end. Look at the twist.
So what I'm looking for is that twist, but then I'm going to have some fun with it. Ooh, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, the rope technique.
Push back that round
Nice.
nugget.
Look at that. That is a lot of action. We'll probably get some bubbles in there too.
Well, I'm going to marble it a little.
Okay.
But what I wanted is those like these really cool curls that gives you something to look at.
Wow. Definitely gives you something to take a look at. Well, this doesn't quite look like the perp, but that is the perp, folks. That's purple. For
I know
those of
some
you
of the
who don't watch
addicts
our
are really
show.
interested in the purples.
Oh yeah.
So my goal was to entice them with some purple things to get them to come to our garden show.
We have quite a few beautiful purple pieces, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And again, and that's not next weekend. It is no, it's 2 weekends from now.
Yeah.
The 7, 8, and 9, I believe, is the weekend.
Yep.
But we're gonna have live glass blowing. Classes will be rolling in the morning, 1 to 3 o'clock. Maybe a little later, we'll be live glass blowing. We're gonna do custom orders if people want. We're gonna be having these products being made and anything else that goes down. It's gonna be a great day, great weekend in the shop. We'll probably pop the live feed on just to give everybody an update of how everything's going around here. And have a great weekend, a Mother's Day weekend.
Stamp it.
You're gonna stamp it?
Remind me to.
Oh,
And then you're right. You want to talk about why there'd be air bubbles in there?
might be really cool.
Yeah. So
Who's there?
super hot. Can't. That's as close as I can get.
All right, here we
There
go.
we go.
Just going into the clear. The clear is not high again. It's pretty low in the tank there. We've been running a lot of glass, and like I said earlier, I call these a tank yanker. That means that we're yanking a lot of glass out of the tank. They use a lot of raw material, so it really keeps us on our toes having to, nope, watch it on the wood. We really have to, I'll get the door. Really have to be conscious of the timing, our scheduling, get our scheduling organized. Oh my gosh. Look at that action. That's beautiful.
So with the solid glass, it's interesting because you gotta move slower. You just gotta give it time. I'm letting that core heat up, allowing the new glass to heat up that core.
This is called working it.
Work it, work it. Working it slow. all good.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, if the furnace is low, it takes us to fill the furnace back up. If we're going to put 200 pounds of more glass in there, it takes at least 2.5, 3 hours. So when we work an 8-hour day blowing glass, the furnace is already up 150 degrees. That's the best time to charge it with more glass, because we still turn it up an extra 100 degrees, and if we've already got that extra heat in there, we might as well utilize that. So then we're talking 8 hours, and then someone's got to stick around for another 3 hours to fill up the furnace. That's just treachery. So sometimes it's best if we just come in on a day we're not working, which is rare, and fill it up.
That's the assistant's job. I mean,
That's the assistant's job, sure.
To break it to you. I just saw a potter that was looking for an assistant.
Nice.
And it's like, mix the clay, do ABC. It's like, yeah, that's what it is when you're an assistant.
Yeah. But can the assistant stay busy for 3 hours around the shop? That is the question. Because really, you're just tossing one chute in. You wait half an hour, toss another chute in, toss another chute in.
So maybe we could have Donna in the office between phone calls and like
Yeah.
data entry. You think she could just come out here and muscle some glass in?
Be awesome. So
All
she's
right.
got it flattened up. Here we go for, and she could do 3 pinches into the glass. She could do 25. Just depends on how she wants to do it.
We're going for 5.
She's going for 5. It's almost an even flower shape. But
Well-
they're never going to be even when they're done with your hands. And the way she's moving around, I can tell the glass is hot.
Yeah, and I was thinking the way the
She's
pattern
sawing it.
is, there's no way it's going to spin out even, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Nice.
I am sawing it, aren't I?
Yeah, you're chopping it like it's some bread. Look at that.
Ooh,
Very
it's
cool.
like it's like a mitten, like a big fat mitten.
They've definitely got some 70s vibes to them. So here comes the spin. Let me get a shot of this as she's heating it up. Notice how she's not turning it very fast at first, just to let the core get its heat. She's letting the glass, oh, now she's turning it. She's starting to spin it out a little bit, seeing how it's moving.
Yeah, the
She's
thing
doing
is,
the old back and forth.
yeah, I can play with how I want it to spin a little. It's like waving hello. Oh.
Look at the texture in there. It's looking great.
Yeah, this is fun.
Wow, look at
It's
that.
going to be hard to pick our favorite.
It's looking juicy.
So if I hold it down, those two kind of come together a little.
You gotta be careful too when you're spinning it, doing the neckline, because if it gets too long, it'll hit you in the hand. And that's some serious treachery. That's cute, it's thick, it's like a little,
It's like a flower, though.
a little like flower, yeah, or like a little pet. There's some crazy action going on in there. Can't wait till this solidifies and we can take a look at that color.
All right, so, oh, so cool. All right, so now the GA stamp, right?
Beautiful piece.
But it's got a lot of movement to it still.
Yeah, you can just take your time, or I was blowing on the neck a little bit,
Oh, if we had compressed air.
or the puffer. Look at the action. That's the perps, folks. That's the perps and the white. Now
Let's
she's
go
gonna go
for
for
that.
the stamper. Thank you, Sam. Little handoff so I can get prepared. I'll take the torch from you. You can grab the stamp. Boom, right into the side.
Nice.
Nice and easy. Looks great.
Wow, don't you want to be like a little insect, like climbing through that?
That looks so good.
So this is definitely different than how we normally work in
Probably
terms
don't
of
need
thickness.
too much heat on it.
Yeah, I just wanted to give it the outside a little heat.
Oh yeah.
So by your patio, you could have a smaller steak in a flower pot right by your porch as you sip your morning coffee.
Big time. And looking at yours, I just remembered. Oh, my pipe was all clear, and I meant to put it in the clear bucket, but I was so distracted with the piece.
You know what? I put it in that bucket to remind us that we need to fix it.
You moved it from the clear bucket to that bucket?
No, I think I just put it in that bucket.
I thought, oh, you had it. You're right.
I had it.
Oh, well.
All right. Are we ready?
We're ready. I'm going to get the gloves on. I'm going to
Are you heating your
this.
pipe?
These are our sweet, flaming Hot Shop gloves. This is fancy technique. I've seen a lot of glass shops use copper tube before, but never have they put it into the glass in the way that we're doing it here. Make sure you cut it below the below this guy.
Below what?
Cut it below that. Don't have it going over the top. Perfect.
Always takes a minute to get the hang of it.
All right, give it the jam.
What am I doing now? The jam. I'll just stand here and supervise. Yep, that was a good jam.
The timing is super important why I did it there, because that copper's cooling it down fast on the inside, and if you don't get that jam in there, I'm not going to go too deep in the details, honestly, because this is pretty high-tech, folks. And this is a Glass Academy original design right there. That's a beautiful one, Michelle. Look at that. Sam, if you can get a zoom on those waves before I pull it away, going around the surface is just insane.
All right, so these are all one of a kind. They'll first appear on our Mother's Day weekend show, and then they will land on the website.
Beautiful piece.
Woo-hoo!
That's a nice one. Chubby, real chubby.
So they are 4 seasons. The 4 seasons flowers. Thank you, ma'am. And why are they 4 seasons? Because that glass is so thick, there is no problem of having it out.
4 seasons.
Not a problem at all.
So as you can see, folks, we've done multiple different levels of prototypage on these shows before. It's the experimental show, and the experimentation doesn't stop. Even snail or slugs we've been doing for 2 years now, the experimentation doesn't stop. We just made some more emperor slugs today. Put some crowns on them, and I learned a couple new things about those crowns today as well. So we're always learning in the shop. You never stop learning. It's a pretty good life lesson I try and live by, and I think we all do. But this was a further along stage of prototyping than is perhaps the snakes that you've seen us prototype, or the snails, or many other things. So we're at a point where we're happy to put color into it. We know that they're a qualified product that we're happy and able to sell, but we need to completely stylize it the way we want it a little bit more.
Yeah, so I like this. This is how we figure things out, and then production is when we make a bunch of them so you can all purchase them.
That's right.
It's a win-win.
That's right.
All right.
So there it is.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We appreciate each and every one of you. We've got our VIPs that are on the YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our channel for free, but if you want to become a VIP member, you get a couple special perks.
That's right, special perks. You're probably going to have, other than the locals in here, might have first release of a couple new products we've got coming up when we get them online. Various other things. Obviously, you get introduction to all of our VIP shows included in your cost instead of having to buy a ticket. So that's going to be up next. Will be the pumpkin show, very likely, unless we have some other show before that. But we do have a very important
Customer Appreciation in July.
Customer Appreciation in July. A lot of perks involved, so we appreciate the
Cactus show in June.
VIP members.
Yeah. We got stuff coming up. Okay, thanks everyone. Signing out.
All right.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.